what are we? Wow, isn't that a loaded question? In many ways, we are a response to everything around us. Dr. Nick joins us with that this morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Whitney. And an interesting topic, because a lot of times we talk about being proactive and charting your territory, right?
Right.
Create your course, set your goals, find your bliss. There's this forward movement. But we just sometimes forget that life really is about my response. And I think of the word responsibility, which we use again a lot, and look at the word, I mean, it just comes right out of it, respond. So to say that we're looking forward is fine, but it's also important to think of who am I when it comes to my response to a problem, my response to my children or my child not doing well in this grade, in this exam, my response at the red light when it's not working and I'm sitting there waiting, taking my turn when I've got to get somewhere. These are minor. My response to what's been going on in the world.
Crisis.
We look at how, and that's a reflective posture, because we can reflect on the behavior and think, oh, that's how I responded to that.
Yeah.
You see, so it becomes a very powerful question of, not how do I, but how did I, and then we can make the corrective.
Well, and when the two are so incongruent, that really should cause us pause, right?
Yes.
Like if you're really a kind, nice, gentle person who gets enraged behind the wheel of a car when you're in traffic, or at the clerk who doesn't respond to you fast enough, there's a disconnect.
That makes me think of the whole question of one's mission statement and one's values, and then having to put that up against my behaviors. That's exactly what you're saying.
You're right.
If I call myself out as being, I'm a person that's peacemaker, or I believe in kindness, I believe in acceptance and tolerance of all, and then my response is intolerance. If I believe in honesty, and then my response is, how can I get out of it? Let me lie, let me cheat. It really becomes, and you can see how conflictual it becomes.
Internally
conflictual. And so we can say, well, what are you going to do about those people that, well, the point is that we try to make the case that it's not healthy.
Right.
It's just not healthy. If I say that I'm this and I act this way, it's terribly incongruent, as you said.
Yeah, which will cause a lot of probably inner angst too, like, oh, golly, that's me?
Absolutely.
I mean, we've all done that.
Absolutely.
I'm guilty.
Absolutely.
We go, oh, and then we get disappointed in ourselves.
Yeah, but don't you also find it a corrective opportunity?
Absolutely. Well, and that's what I was going to say.
Okay,
right,
go.
right. So if, I don't know, you're doing your taxes and you're thinking, I wonder if I can take that deduction. Go, what do I really believe? No, I should err on the side of caution. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe there's a gray area there. But you need to always yield to honesty. I was just using that.
Yes, it's wonderful. I mean, when my response now to your being 30 minutes late is not anger anymore.
My response is to be on time.
I just, instead of 5 o'clock, I just go at 5:30. I know it's silly, but it's true.
I know.
I used to get so angry, and I'm like, but that was my response. And yet I would hold up that time is not the most important thing. It's just one more example of just who am I? I am my response.
I'm my response
I am my response to whatever it is that's going on in my life that day.
My child coming down in a hideous outfit, thinking they're going to a dance or a school party.
Perfect.
And you go, oh.
Perfect.
And just decide that's their choosing, as long as it's not revealing and completely inappropriate.
But it's again how we see and then navigate. How do we respond to a storm, or how do we respond to anything that throws us, that jolts us is really also very important, because we do get hit from behind.
A lot.
And we can be traumatized, or we can say, okay, how can I respond to that?
Yeah.
How do I best respond to that? And that does take reflection. It does take consciousness.
It does take self-control.
Do you know what happened to me the other day, by the way? I was going down the hallway. It was Monday, right after a couple of weeks
Sure,
ago.
sure.
But it was the Monday, and I remember I was sighing. And Amy at the front desk said, Dr. Nick, you've sighed 4 or 5 times. That was my response. I am, and I was like, yes, I do sigh. But I thought that was a good connection, a good consciousness.
Yeah, you didn't even know you were doing
It's okay
it.
to sigh.
Sure. At least you weren't running down the hall throwing things.
Right, right. So part of learning my response is being aware and tuned in and letting others tell us, did you realize how you responded?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to I'm going to say to myself when I'm in one of those situations of angst, I feel like I've got somebody throwing something at me from behind. I am my response. And how do I want that response to be?
And it brings it so down to practicality. Because, when we love to philosophize, it's like, who am I existentially? Who am I? Okay, fine. But I'm my response.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. Thanks for the great
And I'll
words
be
today.
on time the next time.
I know, I'm getting better at that.
You really are.
Oh, really? You think so?
You really are. And my response is excitement, because I am my response. Bye, everybody.
Much more Weekends with Whitney right after this.